They won't stop us. They won't stop Vodacom. They won't stop our freedom.
Vodacom is the largest telecommunications company in South Africa. It is 50% owned by Vodafone UK. Vodafone UK is the largest mobile telephone company in the world, with an estimated 241 million customers worldwide. Vodafone has gained a reputation of violating workers' rights and being hostile to worker organizations.
We know for the fact that Vodacom continue to victimize our workers on a daily basis.
Last year, there were temp workers that were working in excess of 18 hours a day.
You walk out, it's dark, it's unsafe.
For many years, Vodacom workers in South Africa attempted to dialogue with the company through the Communication Workers Union. The company blocked every attempt by the union to negotiate change. In March of 2007, workers picketed and demanded that the company recognize their union, otherwise they would go on strike. The company refused to consider worker demands. Instead, Vodacom instituted a 15% increase in pay to all the lowest level employees. A forged letter calling off the strike was circulated in the company, and Vodacom filed for the strike to be stopped by legal action and obtained an interim injunction. Two months later, in late May of 2007, Vodacom lost in the courts and the injunction was lifted. Union and company initiated negotiations at the company's request. When the company required the union sign an agreement so that the union could collect dues without representing workers, hundreds of outraged employees began a strike. July 2nd of 2007 was historical for two reasons. It was the first strike in the mobile telecommunications company in the African continent. It was also the largest strike for union recognition in the history of post-apartheid South Africa. The company responded by locking out strikers and refusing all dialogue. Weeks later, the company found hundreds of strikers still determined to obtain recognition for their union. Armed Vodacom security guards threatened and assaulted workers. Police officers friendly to Vodacom managers arrested workers.
First time ever after 1984 that a person will be arrested for picketing by Vodacom.
Vodacom also suspended medical benefits for the strikers. Employees sick with HIV or AIDS lost access to their treatment and knew that they faced the possibility of serious health deterioration or even death if they continued to strike. For their anti-union actions, Vodacom was condemned by other unions in South Africa and around the world. A Vodacom worker visited Vodafone's annual general meeting in the United Kingdom and spoke of the anti-union activities in South Africa and other human rights violations. Five weeks after the start of the strike, a settlement agreement was reached. The company accepted to end economic incentives for managers to attack the union. Vodacom also recognized that the union had a much larger presence in the company than previously acknowledged. At the end of the strike, workers found their maternity and paternity leave extended, new allowances, wage increases, and other improvements in the workplace. The exposure of workers and their struggle gave the Vodacom strike an international dimension. One day after the end of the strike, Vodafone voluntarily recognized a union in the United Kingdom as representative of its employees. Despite a continued war against their rights, Vodacom workers today prepare to make 2008 a year of union recognition at Vodafone's global operations.